Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. If you like The Mike Wagner Show and you want to make your own podcast, well, let me tell you about Anchor. First of all, it's free. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosensia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-winning author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews and Eve 11 enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Ford Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple Music. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide, Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast for t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia for great merchandise like t-shirts, pop sockets, phone cases, hoodies, and more. Also great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Check it out, Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia. Make sure you order today and also support the Mike Wagner Show with their generous donation on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who's an entertainment industry veteran that's worked in post-production at Encore Video in Hollywood, California. He's been in the music industry, running a studio in Chatsworth with Death Row, Digital Underground, DPG, etc. He's currently working in e-commerce, online marketing, and also worked for the Japanese division of Sanyo Electronics. If you're familiar with the TVs, the all kinds of goodies, the old time VCRs, back in the day, that's the company, and also working on crypto space and also NFT. So we'll talk about the amazing company he's working with as chief technical officer. He also worked on most of the Stephen Baccio programs you see on TV like NYPD Blue, Murder One, Sopranos, The X-Files, Independence Day, and more. Also worked for Compass Global Music, Livewire, and also his new company has a focus on tangible NFT memorabilia and digital wearables. We'll talk about that and why it's the big thing. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, somewhere in the Sierras in beautiful California, the amazing, multi-talented entertainment industry veteran, and he's also an e-commerce online marketing expert and CTO of NFT Drop. Ladies and gentlemen, the very multi-talented Rod Thompson. Rod, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, good morning, and thank you for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Rod. You've been an entertainment industry veteran that worked on post-production at Encore Video in Hollywood, also worked in the music industry, running a studio in Chatsworth with Death Row, Digital Underground, DPG, etc. You're currently working in e-commerce, online marketing, and worked for the Japanese division of Sony Electronics. You also worked with crypto space, NFTs, and more. You also worked on most of the Stephen Bacho shows you see on TV, like NYPD Blue, Murder One, The Sopranos, X-Files, Independence Day. And also you have a new company which focuses on tangible NFT memorabilia and digital wearables called NFT Drop. You're the chief technical officer. And before getting to all that, Rod, especially a new company, tell us how you first got started.
As far as in the NFT industry, or as far as that process?
Okay, we'll get to that afterwards, but tell us how you got started in the entertainment industry, and also go before that.
Oh, how I got in, originally how I got started in the entertainment industry was that I was doing, basically I got into, I'm sorry, I essentially got in as an intern. I was an intern for about, I would say like 1 or 2 years at Encore Video. And then from there, they had me take a class for videotape and film theory through Killenberg. And then from there, after that, they just, you know, I got my first show ended up being NYPD Blue, dealing with specifically color correction. So I would do all the dailies and whatnot for that particular show. And then from there, you know, that kind of like turned into, you know, NYPD Blue, Murder One. And then from there, I ended up moving on to deal with a lot of the Soprano shows as well. And then in between that, you know, I'd have like I'd do stuff with Independence Day, movie, dealing with color correction there. And then that just kind of, you know, just kind of expanded, you know, into me diving into the tech space, getting into computer science, dealing with web development, specifically more so with an emphasis on e-commerce and search engine optimization. And then, you know, I kind of just started, you know, moving into some of the other spaces, like, you know, because with web development and e-commerce as we know it, it's more like what they say now is like Web 2. You know, basically Internet Explorer, Google, that kind of thing. But from that, I've evolved over the last several years more so into the NFT space, as well as the crypto space. I first started off, you know, getting into the cryptocurrency space and dealing with, you know, everything from, you know, what type of, you know, how to store cryptocurrency assets, what cryptocurrency assets to look for, that kind of thing.
It sounds rather fascinating. We'll get to more about that with the NFTs and going back to the entertainment industry. What was it one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career?
I think what inspired me, you know, with the
Rod, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you. Are we talking about like are we talking about specific with like NFTs or with crypto or
the entertainment industry first of all, and then we'll get your story about the NFT as well too. Like in the entertainment, you know, what was it one month that simply said, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my career? You know, entertainment.
What really got me into the entertainment industry was, you know, I've been in the Navy for 6 years, and you know, when I basically after I was honorably discharged, I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I didn't even know, to be honest, that that entertainment was the way to go. I started out like dealing with like what is it, a PA, production assistant. Started out doing a lot of gigs with that. Then, you know, that inspired me to want to get more involved in film. And so that led me to that led me to intern job at Encore. There at Encore, that, inspired me to kind of dive into videotape and film theory. And then from there, after doing a year or so an intern, and that led me right into, for several years, right into into film. Did that for six or 7 years, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Then, from that, I decided that I wanted to kind of, take a lateral move. The lateral move led me into, more into the music and entertainment area, and that's when I ended up taking some work with, or actually I took a leadership role as a CTO with a company called Thompson Global Music. We were aligned with LimeWire at the time. Matter of fact, we acquired LimeWire, and from there, that it put me into the dealing with like music and entertainment, as far as from an executive role. I had a studio out there, and just let me see. So just basically,
You had to work with some guys like with Death Row, Digital Underground, DPG, and more. And maybe just tell us about some of the experiences you had with those guys. And, after that, tell us how you got into working with Stephen Baccio.
Yeah, so essentially, like with the, I ended up, Compass Global Music ended up actually, it like most companies, and stuff, it's elapsed, it's, welcome or whatnot. It ended up having to, it kind of dissolved, and from there, that took me to basically, saying, kind of taking a different direction, putting together a studio. In that studio, we were dealing with like recording. We were renting space also out to various artists and also labels. Digital Underground worked out of our building. Also, at times we had Keisha Cole, Jay Prince, a lot of recording artists that work with Jay Prince, like Yuck Mouth, the Regime, basically, all of those, Death Row, DPG, a lot of those artists associated with those labels would work out of my building.
Wow, that's amazing having them come over and working with a lot of good guys as well too. And before we talk about your currency, working with Stephen Baccio, tell us how you got involved and what was your favorite, series that you did, and what was it like working with Stephen Baccio?
I really liked, working on the Stephen Baccio shows, specifically NYPD Blue, because I felt like that was my first chance to really immerse myself in post-production, and in a specific field, because color correction, a lot of people don't talk about color correction as relates to post-production that much. It's just kind of like that behind the scenes thing. But, that was my way of actually, putting my, expertise in color correction, like putting my touch, to that occupation, I would say.
Okay. All right. That sounds amazing as well, too. We'll talk about your transition going from entertainment over to cryptocurrency, e-commerce, and more, and your company, NFT Drop, as Chief Technical Officer. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today. 4 Girls Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books and merchandise and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you do so today. We're here with industry entertainment veteran and also working in e-commerce, online marketing, and the CTO of NFT Drop, Rod Thompson, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And boy, talk about NFT Drop and somebody we work with, NLT, cryptocurrency, and more. Tell us about the transition going from the entertainment industry over to online commerce, and especially getting to the NFTs.
I think it wasn't a hard transition. It was just I felt like I had a real interest in computer science, and with the emphasis being in e-commerce, and how basically to make like the shopping experience for end users, whether it be for consumer and electronic side, or whether it was for any type of shopping environment that would traditionally be a brick and mortar, but bringing that really to life, in Web 2.0 or in our current internet infrastructure, so to speak.
And also being the chief technical officer of NFT Drop as well, too, that you had also have on Twitter as well, too, with your with the Cyber Stampede, and also just having the NFTs as well, too. So maybe just give everybody background about NFTs and what they are, and why it's suddenly becoming more valuable today.
Well, to start with your first question, an NFT is an item encrypted and stored on a blockchain, and it really can't be altered or edited in any way. And in that context that I'm talking about, an NFT or non-fungible token is considered, it's a one of a kind. I would say the most common type of NFTs that we're hearing about, like as far as in the media, social media, that kind of thing, is mostly to do with digital files that are music, audio, video, and images. That's what we're hearing, like at the surface, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now, there's also there's also other types of there's also other kind of use cases for NFTs that we're not really, that maybe everyone isn't that aware of, other than just we hear the stuff about Bored Ape Yachts Club and those kind of things, and to some people that might seem a little like, well, that's not serious, it's not really a use. But I think that the real type of uses, aside from the novelty type of things, I would say are like real estate, where a smart contract would be used for the transfer of real estate. That's basically the title is living on a blockchain, so you're basically transferring the title from one owner to another, basically using a smart contract. That's an NFT.
Okay.
The other, I think some of the other purposes and use cases would be, say, for domain name services. The current way that the general public knows about domain services probably would be like GoDaddy, right? Or 2 Cows or whatnot, where you go and you register a domain name. Basically, you have it, you put your site on it, you put it on a server, that kind of thing. But the thing with that is that it has to be renewed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's still like web. That's basically Web 2.0. But the way that in the NFT space that we use or utilize or employ an NFT for domain name services is it's a non-fungible token that has a smart contract that lives on the blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And in that capacity, what the one difference between that type of domain name that's a non-fungible token and say like the domain that you register on GoDaddy, the difference is that when I buy, like say cyberstampede.crypto, when I buy that domain name as a non-fungible token, I custody that non-fungible token. So I own that domain name. That domain name sits basically on my non-custodial wallet or device, and I never have to pay renewal fees, ever.
Wow, that's really interesting, because the old way, where you just pay cash, check, credit card, and everything else that was done the old way, but this way it's like it's pretty much yours. And also another concern is security as well too. And how tight of security is it when it comes to the NFTs? And is it completely ironclad when it comes to safety?
Yeah, it's totally encrypted end to end, and it's totally it's in a very it's very decentralized, but it's very it's very secure. I think that's NFTs when we speak on other types of items like artists that are bringing music onto the NFT platforms, whether it be OpenSea or whether it be Crypto.com or whether it be Gala. When they're bringing those type of items onto the platform, I think that a lot of the artists and the labels, they were very happy. I think in like a couple of years back, they were very apprehensive. Whereas like now, saying, "Hey, look, I'm going to take my music, or I'm going to take my media, and I'm going to put it into the NFT market space or place," that's different, because it's different. And I think it's a game changer going from what we know as Web 2 to Web 3, because honestly, if you go inside, if you look in your car in your glove compartment and you're looking, are you still looking for a cassette tape? Are you still looking for a CD? Not really. Mm-hmm. With this, basically we know, or an artist or a label knows, when they take their NFT to the marketplace, they know basically that's the only place that an end user can be able to secure or have access to that item. Unlike back like 10 years ago, where you have piracy, a person can basically take a CD, could take a cassette tape, copy it, and there's your piracy. With Web 3.0 or the NFT space, it really kind of detours like piracy in that sense for artists and labels that are wanting to put their media in the NFT market space.
Mm-hmm. And where do you carry the NFTs in?
Come again?
Where do you carry the NFTs in? Like, say, you would have your CDs, your cassettes in the car, and everything else. And where do you carry your NFTs when it comes to music? Like, say, your So how do you? So what you're saying is, how do you custody that? So
correct. Basically, yes. Basically what you're able to do is, whether it be with OpenSea as an example, really popular, or whether it be with Crypto.com, you're able to actually custody those NFTs. You could either keep it on OpenSea in your account, or on Crypto.com and keep it in your account. Or what you can do is you can actually self-custody it, like in say your your favorite wallet. Your favorite wallet for storing NFTs could be, for some people, Coinbase Cold Wallet. It could be the crypto DeFi wallet. It could be, it just depends on the end user and what their preferences or whatnot. But yeah, you could totally store them, in custody, decentralized on your own wallet.
Mm-hmm. And of course, having all these NFTs in there as well, too. Now, do you have the right to, sell the NFTs or give it away? Or is it like, once in there, it's yours, you can't sell or anything like that?
So basically, when, like, say I onboard a project, for an artist, it depends on the circumstances. The artist might say, hey, look, I have one single, and that single, we're gonna, I want a certain quantity to be available to the public,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So it could be like 500, it could be, 2 or whatnot, but that would be all that is minted on that blockchain or on that NFT platform. So once those are gone, they're gone. They can be transferable, from one buyer to another buyer. That's what the smart contract is for, is basically to facilitate that transfer and also to protect that asset or that NFT item.
That's rather interesting, because some people just give things away. They sell, sometimes legal, illegal. And we're trying to get the hang of the NFTs. And of course, speaking of NFT, when it comes to music, we also got word that former Death Row's record producer, Chris the Glove Taylor, signed the deal with NFT Drop. Tell us about the great news.
Yeah. So essentially, Chris the Glove Taylor came on. I mean, we all know him in the general public as a well-known DJ, most famous for the movie Breaking he was in with Ice-T.
Mm-hmm.
He currently, or I believe he's definitely multi-platinum. And a lot of people also know him, or he's very well known, obviously, for, he was Dr. Dre's DJ for, and also resident producer for probably a couple decades or
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. So we're basically just, taking it, he has items, that he wants to bring into the NFT marketplace and get exposure there, and also have those NFTs, somewhat, or well, they're protected on the blockchain, but I think I think he, like most people in the NFT or that are trying to drive or gravitate towards the NFT space, they're on top of them wanting to do something new. They know that there's a lot of revenue in the space.
Mm-hmm.
They know that it's lucrative if you do it the right way. You got the right company and the right the right people actually marketing the project, and the right people onboarding the project.
Mm-hmm. And of course also drives revenue streams as well too. And you also have tangible NFT memorabilia and also digital wearables. And tell us about some of the memorabilia, the wearables, and what you guys offer and everything else on NFT. Maybe give us some examples of the wearables and memorabilia.
Yeah, I think with Chris the Gloves, with his project, I want to think that he has a original Death Row jacket that actually was going to be auctioned for Sotheby's. I think that he's planning to actually bring that to the NFT marketplace to be auctioned or some type of campaign, limited, could be with one of his released music tracks, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that sounds rather fascinating. We'll know more about it as time goes on. And lastly, about the NFTs, we talk about real estate. We talked about domains for websites. We talk about music, memorabilia, wearables, and more. What else can NFT be used for to purchase?
I'm sorry, sir. I missed that last.
Okay.
Your
What
last.
what else can NFTs? What can they be purchased for? We talk about purchasing real estate with NFTs, also domains for websites, music and wearables, and what else can?
Oh yeah. So what else aside from those can NFTs be used for?
Yes.
I would say like NFTs can be used for instance, in the gaming community, specifically like Gala, you're able to have this play to earn experience or whatnot, where it's all people driven. So it's not like just your traditional like PlayStation or whatnot. This is all community driven. There's serious gamers that are using nodes or whatnot to help keep the ecosystem redundant and going strong, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that sounds rather fascinating. And just one last thing. Can you buy us a pizza and a drink with an NFT?
That's a good question, but that actually is possible. It's possible that when you mint an NFT and you onboard it, one of the things is that you can have unlockable content or something that's unlockable that's stored within that NFT. So if that meant that, like, with that, that particular NFT media that you purchase or that you secure, if it meant that in there was some unlockable content that meant that you could get a free soda or a free hamburger, that's possible.
Wow, that's amazing. I'll definitely order one, and I expect the pizza in 30 minutes or less. Yeah, Domino's in cyberspace. Yeah.
Domino's in cyberspace. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah. Oh, it's making me so hungry. And where can we get more information about NFTs and also your company, NFT Drop? Where can we get more information about NFTs and crypto and more?
Well, I mean, we're working. We're working on our presence right now, as far as web presence. So that's in progress. For the most part, you can reach us, through NFTdrop.llc.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds pretty good, and we'll definitely check that out. We're looking for a future with NFTs and what's coming up for Rob Thompson of NFT Drop and more. We'll find out just 1 minute.
Also, I post a lot of information on Cyber Stampede as well as Twitter. So.
Okay. All right. We'll certainly check those out, and we'll be back with Rob Thompson of NFT Drop. We'll find out what his plans are 2022 and beyond. We'll find out just 1 minute. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's The of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the CTO of NFT Drop, Rob Thompson, after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionsea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to the Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with the CTO of NFT Drop and entertainment industry veteran Rob Thompson here on the Mike Wagner Show. Learned a lot from you, Rob, and learned a lot about what you've done. What you did is amazing, and also about the NFTs. And everybody will be just getting more information on that. And speaking of the NFTs and everything else, what can we expect from you, Rod, in 2022 and beyond?
I think that what you can expect, I think what you can expect for NFT Drop and myself is a lot of evolution, a lot of educating the public, because I think that a lot of the public that hear about NFTs, they just like how people equate crypto to something that's not tangible. I think that one of the things that you'll see with NFT Drop is, on top of, us just being, the company that pushes the button to make things happen and to onboard people, I think that you'll also see that we're also educating the public on how to, how to operate in this space, because this is going to be, the future as far as Web3. It's part of Web3. It's part of the metaverse and whatnot. But I think a lot of people are apprehensive and somewhat afraid to touch something, because there's not a lot of people educating the public on how to actually operate in this space. The minute that there's some offering in an NFT space that requires an end user to go to this particular site, hook up your wallet, and do those kind of things. And what ends up happening is that honestly, if you're of the age of 40 or or plus, and I don't want to date anybody or make anybody feel bad, but what ends up happening is that those end users get frustrated with the process to do it, and they just get burnt out and they give up. The minute that you tell somebody you got to connect them through MetaMask, this is the only way that you're going to get this. You're going to load it with some Ethereum, and then once you do that, you can buy that NFT. A lot of people can become disenchanted in that process. Mm-hmm. So what we're here to do is we're here to make that process fun and easy to learn. And while we're doing the onboarding process, we're also giving somewhat of an education and helping people through this process so they can do the things that they like and enjoy in this NFT space.
That's certainly rather interesting. I'm looking forward to what you have more in the nutshell as well, Rod. That's very interesting. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
I would, that's an easy. That's actually an easy. That's easy. That's very easy. Really, I would feel that, obviously, Stacey Toy for sure. Just because of her recognized experience in the entertainment industry and her forward thinking for sure. And I think, with what I like about our CEO, Gil, is I like that, his ability to use his experience, in the business development to kind of cultivate and foster an environment friendly to the advancement of technical innovation. It's like he basically, I feel like he gives us, the freedom, to kind of, be innovative. I'm not the great public speaker or whatnot, or, I'm rarely in the public, but, he gives, he gives, between Stacey and Gil, they give me that freedom to advance, innovation as far as in this space and within my job, so.
Mm-hmm. And you're doing a great job of it too, Rod. And I have to go back to watching some NYPD Blue and, check out your amazing work. We'll certainly do that. And what's the best? Yeah. Some too, maybe I'll get into the NFT just by, doing Amazon, checking out Prime and everything. I think that'd be a great idea. I'll do that. So
Oh man,
That's part of my to-do list. And also, what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
I would say that the best advice that I would give to anyone that's trying to get into the NFT space and doesn't know where, they don't know exactly where to start, because I know like with, OpenSea, I know with some of these bigger platforms, I know that it's like, where do I start? How do I get involved? I think that the best thing I would say is to take baby steps, to look at some of the new blockchains and look at some of the newer platforms that are offering NFTs and whatnot, so that they can kind of like be able to digest a smaller ecosystem, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So and also there's more opportunity, I would say, in some of those spaces. There's more opportunity, like say in an Elrond Gold or an Elrond blockchain versus say the big wide space that is Ethereum, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that who's really great that I would recommend to look at is Crypto.com and their DeFi projects, such as Chronos, their Chronos chain. There's a lot of good opportunities in that space. There's great opportunities and a chance for early opportunities, I would say, in the Gala Games.
Yes,
Matter of fact,
Gala
I
Games,
think that
right.
they've even offered or even opened up their new music division as well. So you have Gala Games, you have Gala Music. I think I would recommend, for someone that's just wanting to get into the space, I would say look at those three platforms, because I think they wouldn't be so overwhelmed looking at this big vast Ethereum blockchain.
So in other words, just start small, especially when it comes to music. It's like a start small, then you work your way up. I think that's really good advice.
Thank you.
That certainly is. And once again, we're with the Chief Technical Officer, CTO of NFT Drop, Rob Thompson, entertainment industry veteran here on the Mike Wagner Show. Rod, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Learned a lot from you. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back on in 2022 and beyond. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people just check out your services, your works, and everything else?
Well, they can start with there is NFT Drop LLC. That's one. Also, they can see what the latest goings on are at twitter.com/cyberstampede as well. And that's pretty much.
Okay. All right. Well, certainly check those out. Once again, Rod, a very big thank you for your time. You've been totally amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep yourself up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back. And don't forget to keep in touch. You've been amazing, and you've got a great future ahead of you, and all the best.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. It talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.